So the plan was to fish Friday and Saturday evening. Low tide was 10 o'clock on Friday night and 11 o'clock on Saturday night. And I wanted to fish it down for a couple of hours, fish the low tide, and then fish maybe the first hour of the flood. Didn't want to fish too late because I didn't want to be too knackered for the session the next day. This is how it panned out. So good evening guys, we're back in the car and we're back off down the Coffee Cup. I do apologise for the lack of daytime sessions. I know they're a bit more visually pleasing, but the daytimes have just been so busy and the only thing that's presenting itself is a few hours in the evening. So I'm going to go back down the Coffee Cup again. It's been fishing well, so I think I'm going to run 3 sessions and 3 rays now. So if we can emulate that again tonight, that'd be really, really cool. But I just want to get down there. I've got some bait to use. Just want to go fishing really. I've got some friends that were going over to Selsley this evening, and I was kind of hoping to go over there, but they left a little bit earlier. And it's about a 45-minute trek around there, so I just thought 4 minutes down the road and I'm at the Coffee Cup. I hope it's a right decision, but we'll see. So I'm going to get down there now. I've got my flask of coffee, got my flask of soup, got some bluey, I've got some squid. Usual scenario, you know the score. I'm going to get down there, get the rods out, and I'll chat with you again then. So I'm on the beach now. Just put the shelter up because there's a bit of a breeze coming from the right, from the west. So this is helping no end. It's a lovely evening. It's been a little bit showery for the last hour or so, but I can see all the band of cloud is over in the distance now. There's loads of stars above me, so I've got a feeling we're in for a fairly clear, but I think a fairly chilly night. Got bluey and squid as normal. Going to fish the drop down pulleys. It's 2 hours before low water at the moment, so it's a bit of a weird time. I can see 2 or 3 anglers up there in the distance, but there's not many people on the beach. Tomorrow night there's going to be a match down here. From what I've been told, there's going to be about 70 or 80 people along here. So tomorrow, steer clear. I think I might be fishing tomorrow night as well, but I might have to find an alternative venue for that. But it's 2 hours before low water at the moment. It's 8 o'clock and low water's at 10, so I've got plenty of time. I just want to fish the low water in maybe the first hour of the flood, because last time down there that seemed to be the time I got the bites and it completely died after that. So I think I could have the best of it. Maybe fish between 9 o'clock and 1 o'clock. I think that'll be the key time. So I'm just gonna get the rods out now. Gonna rig them up, get some bait sorted. I just want to make some little sausages ready, bind them all up, so that when I do have to rebait I can just quickly put one on, just to make the session as pain-free and as simple as possible by doing a little bit of leg work at the start. So as you can see, there's 10 baits there made up, ready to go. I've got squid and bluey wraps, I've got just bluey wraps, big ones, small ones, good variation. Just make it a little bit easier when I come to baiting up. So I think I've got 1 more bluey there and a few more squids. So I'm going to make 1 more up, probably make another 4 or 5 baits, put them in the bag and then bait these hooks up and get them out. So the rods are out now. I've got 2 out on bluey and 1 out on the bluey and squid wrap. Tide's pushing really strong from right to left at the moment. I was expecting it to be anyway. I've got 2 that have secured fast in the bottom, but one's drifting a little bit, but I don't mind a little bit of movement in one of them. Searching a bit of water out. Just realised as well that my video light, the batteries are almost dead. It was really dim and I looked in the back and you've got 4 bars and I clicked the button and it just had 1 bar, so I don't think that's going to last the night. But I've got my headlamp set up, shining on me, and it's doing the trick. So I think we'll get away with it, but let's put some batteries in for tomorrow night. Incidentally, I've had a few questions about the video kit that I use for filming. So what I've done is in the description I've put a list of all the stuff that I use, and the Amazon links, in case you want to go and have a look at those. Includes a tripod and the bag and all the bits and pieces that I use. It's all in there in a list. So I've probably been here about an hour and a half now. Actually been fishing for about an hour, and I've just had my first bite. It's half an hour until low water. Just had a bit of a jingle, bit of a prolonged jingle. I let the bite develop and it stopped, just stopped altogether. So got a feeling it was a whiting having a little go, and he's just buggered off. Wind's picked up a little bit, but the shelter's doing its job. And this coffee is as well. That's one thing I will say, this coffee, this flask I got, the Thermo Cafe by Thermos, it is absolutely brilliant. It keeps it really hot all night long. And it's indestructible as well. It's one of them, it's got no glass, it's just stainless steel. Like a rugged, really, really good. I'll put a link in the description for that, because there's a really important piece of kit. And this as well, this is the Thermos food flask. I've always got one of these with me. And I've always got, well, usually got Scotch broth, or they do a beef broth as well, Heinz. You get a deal. If you buy 3 tins, you get pay for 2 or something like that. But yeah, the food flask and the steel flask, they're a fantastic piece of kit. Really important on these cold nights. So guys, we've got ourselves a bank saver, and there it is, in the shape of a dogfish. It's about half an hour after low water now, so it's a time that I expected the bites to start. And this one's been rattling for a little while, and there's the culprit. He wants to get it back, so I'm going to go and throw him back in the surf and get that rod back out. But there we go. Well happy. So it's probably been about an hour now, 45 minutes to an hour since I had that dogfish. I was expecting to get a few more bites, but it's been quiet since. A couple of little knocks that's had me going out standing by the rod tips, but nothing. The multiplier rod was a bit heavy when I wound it in. I thought there was a big lump of weed on it, and I thought maybe a rock. There was both. There was a load of kelp, and attached to it was a load of rocks. And on there was this anemone. Look at that. That's the weirdest thing ever. Proper weird anemone with a load of stones stuck to it. I'm going to sling it back in. I just wanted to show you. So since that dogfish, probably about 45 minutes ago, it's been very quiet. I was expecting to get a few more bites. But I just wound the multiplier rod, and it was really heavy. I knew it wasn't a fish because there was no pull or anything. But it was just heavy. I thought maybe it was a rock or some weed, and it was both. But on there, you can see that there. There's this really weird anemone type thing stuck to a rock. I'll sling it in the bucket and I'll put that back later. But yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, now I've had my flask of soup, I've had a couple of cups of coffee, just waiting for it. I've had a couple of little knocks, you know, just a little jingle. It's made me go out and stand by the rod tips, but nothing's come of it. It's 11 o'clock now, 11:15 I think. High tide was at 10, so I think it's going to start turning soon. And I think that could be the good time. That's why I've just put all 3 rods have got a fresh bait on, and they've gone out now. And I think in the next hour, hour and a half is that sort of good spell that we had last time we were here. And then after that, on the run up to high tide, I think it'll be pretty useless. So fingers crossed we can get another fish. We've had that dogfish, that's good. Happy with that. That's the blank saver. I've got to think of a new venue to go to tomorrow night, because as I said before, it's going to be a match along here, and it's going to be rammed. So I'm thinking I might pop down to Clarence Beach again, where I was before, maybe on Christmas Day I think I'll fish there. Yeah, I don't want to go too far afield if I can help it. May even pop over to Hayling. We'll see, we'll play that one by ear. I'll have a little think about that tomorrow. I do need to get some more bait tomorrow. I'll just pop to the tackle shop and get some more squid and some more bluey. And I need to get a pair of scissors as well. Yeah. Get back to you if I catch anything. Well, it feels absolutely freezing out here tonight. Really, really cold. I haven't felt it last few trips at all. But, there we go. We've got fish number 2. It's taken a while. It's after midnight now. But high tide's not till 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, I still reckon we got the best time to come. But get the odd one of these, that keeps me ticking over. Happy days. And fish number 3 of the night is a conger. Little strap conger. There he is. Little strap conger. Let's get him off. Right guys, yeah, so that was fish number 3. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock now. 1 o'clock. I reckon the tide's on its way up now. 1 o'clock. Coffee's nearly all gone, soup's gone. I'm tired. But I'm enjoying myself. I just had a bite as well, and I think it was the one. Rod slammed over and went slack, tightened it up, and it went slack again immediately. Picked the rod up and pulled into it, and there was nothing there. I wound thinking it was coming towards me, but it just wasn't there. Gutted, I think that might have been a ray. Possibly. But they're out there again, 3 fresh baits. Tide's not doing a lot at the moment, it's that slack. I think it's going to turn soon, being 1 o'clock, and high tide's at 5:30. Yeah, it's not going to be long. But I'm only going to give it till about 2 at the latest. We've got a busy day tomorrow, and I want to get out tomorrow night as well. I don't want to be too knackered tomorrow night, so I think 2 is going to be my cut off. So another hour, leave these out there, see what happens. Fingers crossed. So it's 1:30 now. I'm going to leave them out for another half an hour, and then that's it. I'm going to pack up and get home. This moon's come up now. It's like a half moon, and it's like an orangey yellow colour. It's well cool. Starting to get a few bites now, little taps. I've got a feeling the whiting are on the prowl now. But yeah, half an hour, home, bed, and fingers crossed, we'll get out again tomorrow night. So that was the end of the session. It was about 2:10 by the time I packed away. Got home and got to bed by about 2:30 in the morning, and my wife was off to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, so I had to look after James. And we had some housework to do, some shopping, I had to do a tip run, get rid of the old Christmas tree and various other things. I was trying to get an hour or two snooze in the afternoon just to recharge the batteries for the Saturday night session, but it didn't happen. So when Saturday evening came, I was really geared up. I really wanted to go, but my body was just so tired and knackered, and it was really cold out. There was a heavy frost on Saturday night as well, so I decided to give it a swerve. So I'm probably going to fish next weekend now. Next weekend the tides are looking sort of 11 o'clock midnight high tides, so I can be fishing from tea time and fish it all the way up and see if that does any better. So thanks for watching this one. It was only a short one, but next weekend hopefully get 2 sessions in if I don't fish too late, so I can make a bit of an extended one over 2 sessions. If they're really long sessions and there's loads going on, I might split them into 2, but we'll see. But again, thanks for watching, tight lines, and see you next time.